Oh yeah.
It's like we are in this little dwarven village dealing with missing persons because we're still looking for that goblin that disappeared. In addition, there's working on trying to set up some kind of truce between the dwarven mining settlement and the invading giants that were being manipulated by some mysterious figure in a carriage.
As I remember that part. Okay.
Yep.
Oh.
As mentioned, there's apparently other people that have been that have gone missing even before the troll thing.
Sorry, trolls, not giants.
Troll giants, they're both large.
And they're also mechanically very different.
Basically during the course of your investigation of the goblin to get someone with clout to get you a chance to talk to uh,
Yeah,
the Lord.
that's it. Because we left off right before Brian was about to go into his meeting with the Madam whatever that was running the bar.
Yes, that's right. Okay, that is correct. You guys actually had gotten something, then I was going to go into the meeting.
I
Okay.
don't remember exactly what we had gotten. We got a lead on a guy who had disappeared but had turned back up that we wanted to
Yeah.
talk to see if we could fix his memory because he
Yeah.
had forgotten what had happened to him. That's the lead we got. Okay, so yeah, that was just whatever Brian was able to would be able to turn up while talking to the old woman.
Yeah. What figure give what 10 more minutes and
If you want to do that, we can. He's already had several.
I said, Matt's, I said, as far as I know, I'm still trying to wrap up at work.
right. I don't know why I keep forgetting.
So yeah, we don't know how long that's going to take.
Yeah.
I said, because then after that, he also has to like walk home and then get settled in. And wouldn't be uncommon. I say, wouldn't be uncommon for him to, just jump in as he gets there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And Brian's in a private meeting anyway, so. Oh, speaking of the devil.
Speak of the devil and he shall appear.
Say his name and he appears.
You have to say my name 3 times. 3 times in a row, it must be spoken unbroken.
I believe in Matt Merrill. I believe in Matt Merrill. Because he's lived in Germany, and Tokyo, and India.
Never been to India or
Really?
Tokyo.
Really?
No,
Really?
I've only been to I've been to Japan, but I went to Okinawa.
That's better.
Oh wow. Okay, that's a different experience.
Very much so.
I'd pick.
It's the Caribbean of Japan.
I would pick Okinawa over. I would pick Okinawa over effectively what boils down to New York. I must say Japanese New York.
But Akihabara though.
Although we're talking about possibly going to Tokyo in April to go see my brother lives in Beijing. We're gonna meet in Tokyo and do Tokyo Disney.
He's still
then
there?
I will have knocked out. Yeah, he's still in Beijing. Am I still here? Hello?
Yeah, you're still there.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all just all got really quiet.
Oh yeah,
there was nothing to respond to. Like, yeah, your brother's in Beijing. Okay.
Yeah, I thought there was going to be something extra.
That sounds cool. Never thought about doing anything along those lines. I say I went to Disney World for a school field trip, and then I just like never got around to going back. I asked them. I said I thought about possibly taking Alexander. I was like, okay, that's sweet. I'm like one of these days, when I get the money, I'll take him to Disney World. And I was like, Alexander, you want to go? He was like, eh. Well then, I'll be damned if I'm gonna spend money for it. Eh.
So if anything, I know Disney has the theme parks are definitely changed.
Yeah. I can't bring myself to spend that much money for, effectively something that I can't guarantee that he wants to do.
That remind me. Does Alexander have any new kaiju?
He's been designing his own, so he's been drawing all of his own kaiju recently.
Nice.
So, and of course, any child, they're all huge, they're all invincible, nothing can beat any of them. And now he's kind of stuck because I asked him, I was like, so who would win a fight between this one and this one? And he was like, because he's at the age, he's like, I can't let any of my creations lose.
If I had any amount of sizable money right now, I would go put it all. I would go put it all into this freaking thing. They just opened officially unlimited betting on the election.
Isn't that illegal?
No, they opened it legally. They won a legal battle for a company called Kalshi to become the official prediction market. Now, there is another legal one that operates on a waiver that only allows you to have the largest opening, the largest thing of $850 in any contract. Which I do sometimes, but I pay like $2 or $3 on it. But this one, you can bet as much as you want. There's currently $3.4 million traded in the betting on the 2024 election. And it's basically the way it works is you can either buy yes or you can buy no.
So 50-50 odds.
Yeah. And you buy them at a price and they pay out, if you're correct, at $1. So right now you could buy Kamala Harris yes at 43 cents, or you could buy Donald Trump yes at 58 cents. But what these yahoos don't realize is like the people who are making these bets are dumbasses because they're basing it based on the polls. And about 50% of the polls that have come out in the last month have been Republican-funded pollsters. So it looks like Donald Trump is doing better than he is because the nonpartisan pollsters have him way behind in the important states.
That's how you let people do what they're going to do.
I know, but my point is you can make over 100% return betting on Kamala Harris right now if she wins. And I'm 99% sure if she wins, it's going to be it's going to be big.
It's going to be huge.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like
The hugest thing. Well, good luck with the predictions.
mm.
Good, Masa, good luck making money.
No, I'm not going to put any. I don't have enough money to put any sizable into it right now.
Not gonna try to get stupid rich off of it.
Oh, besides, I think the bet that I would take actually is I'd take the Nebraska bet. I think Dan Osborne at 27%. That's a way less risky bet. But anyway, we're playing a game tonight, yeah?
Yeah.
We're not going to cancel because everyone's here.
Yep.
Good. If I'm not mistaken, you're going to need a recap?
Maybe.
That we literally just did.
That's kind of why I found it funny. You hopped on like what? Like within 30 seconds of the recap ending.
No, the recap is about like 20 seconds anyway, so.
We were in the Dwarven place last, I remember, yeah?
Yeah, we're still there. As I recall, you only missed one session, which was... No, you missed 2 sessions, because you missed us wandering around outside looking for a goblin, because if we found the goblin, the people he worked for would get us a meeting with the leadership of the Dwarven settlement. We were not able to find the goblin himself, but we found clues indicating that he had been taken back to the city, meaning he was another one of the people that had been kidnapped, because apparently there's been a rash of kidnappings going on. Following up on that lead, Brian and I were asking around in the underworld a little bit, which led us to a bar. Ileana and I got a lead on somebody who had disappeared, who had been kidnapped, but had reappeared, but didn't remember what had happened. So after Brian was done with his meeting, talking to the madam that ran the place, which was where we left off as he was getting ready to talk to her with her whatever little private meeting he had set up, we were going to go see if we can talk to that individual and maybe fix their memory. Let's see, what else? It is festival day, so there's festival games and shit going on that we were going to be navigating through, because we did promise 80-bit that you should get to play some of those. Obviously, Troll, trying to negotiate, we need to get into the meeting to see the leader of the dwarves and negotiate the truce / possible co-op thing with the trolls.
Well, remember, the troll was going to... We're going to be talking to his
the troll is handling his people. Yeah. We need to get the dwarves to be willing to show up to the meeting. I think that covers everything since your last session.
Sounds like y'all need a talker.
We did.
I mean,
there's still a lot of talking to do.
Well, yeah, but we're not at a point where we're actually talking to anybody yet, except for whoever Brian set up his thing with.
Which, technically I can't bring someone with. I didn't say I wanted a one-on-one, so.
Okay, well, that's up to you since you're the one who set it up.
Yeah, I don't mind. I'll say it's like you said, it's a talking-based event, and technically having someone else in there with me makes my chances of being murdered, significantly less.
I had my session playing card games and having Ileana drink all the dwarves under the table, so I'm good.
Yeah.
That
was arm wrestle stuff.
That's right, it was. Yeah, she was drinking and arm wrestling, that's what it was. Because it wasn't a drinking contest, it was that she was drinking a bit, tougher stuff than she probably should be because she didn't know better and then was beating them in arm wrestling.
Yeah, there were some good surprises me, though.
100% sure that they aren't going to be threatened by a guy in a wheelchair.
Ideally.
Maybe they're very ableist dwarves.
I say your character is more likely to be, trusted. Yeah. I say they're more likely going to look at me and be like, it's like, you're a criminal, we're criminals. Let's see how this goes.
What do you mean? I'm a criminal.
Yeah, but you're not a well-known criminal.
That's how you don't have the criminal background, do you? That's you have the Grinner background, as I recall.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he invoked the criminal background, which is why he's got the ins.
Is a lawful good. I'm leaning into my paladin background.
Hmm.
Yeah.
To be fair, no one knows a good rogue.
Yeah, just keep checking some.
The best rogues are not well known.
That is fair.
Yeah, it depends on the type of rogue.
I go to robe.
Not all rogues are sneaky rogues.
To be fair, I'm not a very sneaky rogue.
Not that type of thief.
No, that's not true. I'm very good at the sleight of hand.
Can you break through locks?
Pretty sure he's with thieves' tools.
Yeah, I do believe he did.
I was about to say, I'm like, are you the thieves' tool type?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I do have thieves' tools. I do not recall if I have expertise on thieves' tools or not.
Well, you don't need expertise; you just need to know how to use them.
Yeah. And I have very high sleight of hand.
I believe is the difference between us because I do not.
And I can lie to people.
As a reminder, since I was reviewing things here, the people that were being snaggerjacked, were while not necessarily Ivy League or anything.
They were all they're all intellectual of some kind or skilled at something specific.
Yeah, they were all above average in a craft or a field.
Yeah, they were all either knowledge based or craft based, which indicated they were taken for something. They were being needed to work on something or.
So really, in all honesty, I feel like we should have just laid out the bait and let somebody get captured.
Well, unfortunately, we don't really have anybody who is known as an intellectual or as a craftsman.
Is Farron not?
Not really. He's more the guy who goes in and gets the thing, and then somebody else actually figures out what it is.
If anything, Farron doesn't exactly have renown.
But that's what I'm saying is we have between myself and Ryan, we have the means by which to get out the word that somebody is renowned. Like we don't need renown. We can make our own renown.
That's true. We could totally just like bullshit. Hey, we could actually fix your reputation if need be, Ash.
Toss a coin to your janitor, oh Valley.
You joke, but it's like, no. How do you think she'd getting clean?
I mean,
You better tip the janitor.
But no, like I mean, between Fargo being able to perform songs of your wondrous feats in the local tavern, and what's his face being able to get it out to the underground by going, oh yeah, this incredible, brilliant mind is here from the Cobalt Soul, We could very easily use Farron as bait.
Pay a handful of criminals to take a fall. Pay you 5 gold coins to go to jail for a month.
Yep.
Go commit a crime right in front of the guy who looks exactly like this.
Okay. Okay. Sounds like there's actually there's actually a good outline of a plan here so far.
That'd be great. Oh, but this would be great. Just have like someone's like just commit a crime in front of you and be like, it was like, give me all your money. He just like he's like pointing his finger at him because can't afford guns, but just pointing the finger at him. He's like, give me all your money. And then
No, finger. We'll provide him with a stick.
Okay. Just like poking an old lady in the back. It was like, give me all your money, or pumping full of things. She was like, oh no, if only someone could help. And Farron will be like, wait, what's going on? And then he'll be like, oh no, it's the great Farron from the Cobalt Soul. I surrender.
No. We've got to make him look smart, not brave and cunning. I want him to look like he can easily be taken because he's an egghead. We want him to get kidnapped.
But he's a muscle nerd, isn't he?
He's got a sleeper build. We'll put him in some big, heavy robes.
He definitely does not have a sleeper. You can look at him and see he is a muscle nerd.
Again, that's it's called a sleeper build. He also doesn't wear a shirt. It's called a sleeper build because if you put him in a bunch of big, heavy clothes, no one will know.
I need to
You'd have to put him in a burqa.
I need to let these hoes see how many paper cuts I got all over my body from all these books I read. Okay.
He has like a stack of like unabridged dictionaries in each hand, and it's just lifted up.
Not gonna lie, picking up a year's collection of Encyclopedia Britannica sounds like a hell of a workout. I miss that. That's what I need to buy. If I get a house, that is going to be one of the first things I buy.
The quintessential bookshelf collection.
Yes. I feel that every book wall needs the Encyclopedia Britannica. Let me look that up and see where I can even buy that anymore.
Okay. Ooh, am I getting the points? No. Wait. Yep. Good thing you have some lawful good people in the party.
Aha.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, I believe it's 1 point per lawful good.
Mm-hmm. So 1.
Yep.
The World Book Encyclopedia for 2022 currently costs $1,000 on Amazon.
Yeah, they said the last printed Encyclopedia Britannica was 2010. So, yeah, the 15th set edition on eBay for $700.
Okay.
I might buy it. Not now, but definitely on the list.
Let's see, if I remember correctly, Beland's chair can ascend stairs.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
The enchantment allows us to do stairs.
The 1988 edition of Encyclopedia Britannica.
Oh, got some real history there.
$450. They definitely must be just trying to get rid of it. Holy shit, I can even see the dust on these books in the picture.
Damn.
Holy shit, that
What did I lose connection?
Button.
Encyclopedia Britannica is
okay.
killing my Wi-Fi.
That actually makes sense. 1929 edition of the Encyclopedia Britannica, $3,500.
Damn. That actually sounds like it'd be really cool to see what information has changed between the decades. But to give Beland a little bit more information about the kind of place that you are, it actually I'm gonna ask you the question I asked the others. Does Beland have a history with recreational medicinals?
Mm. We'll give him let's, we're gonna roll it. Chris, would you be fair to say it's a 1 in 6 chance or a 2 in 6 chance you think that Beland would have done this? Based on what you know of him.
I mean, based on what I know of his background, based on what I know of his people, I'd call it a 2 in 6.
Okay. That's what I was leaning towards too, but I wanted to.
That's like, because if anybody would be doing like peace pipes and shit, I imagine it would be the centaurs.
Yep, and the answer is no.
Based on my interpretation of them in this setting.
Okay.
Beland has not himself, but and it makes sense because while the centaurs have probably done it, he was not raised with the centaurs themselves. He was raised in the city with the elves.
Okay.
Where again they do smoke, but not, something.
Yeah.
Because upon entering, you guys would have been hit with the scent of, shall we say, flavorful smokes and a kind of general haze.
Do I need to roll a Constitution save to keep from getting contact high?
Yes, that was
where you were going?
That's where I was going. Yeah. 11. Okay. Okay. Yep. That is good, especially given the time that had passed between the technical entry and current. So okay. Good. I know sometimes with people's rolls, I can actually expect numbers lower than a 10. Okay. But yeah, basically your bar band shady people, a guarded upstairs, which you now have access to since you're being Kyoki's +1, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Cool. Before I officially start, any questions that you feel need to be answering before I like officially start?
Nothing I can think of mine.
Matt, anything from you, or has the recap and stuff pretty much answered?
I think the recap and stuff. Just as a quick reminder, what is the main goal for what we're doing?
Trying to get information. I'll say trying to get information about like who's kidnapping and stealing people.
Okay.
And we got. Well, we don't have it. You and I don't have it because we weren't there. But they kind of have a lead on someone at the moment. I just figured talking to the boss of this place might assist.
It
Okay.
might get us more leads, yeah.
Cool.
Okay. In that case, then, the guards at the Cyril will let you guys
Is there supposed to be a map?
No.
No.
Okay, just make sure. Figured I would double check. Cool. This is a tavern or bar
Yeah, tavern.
of setting.
Yeah. It's well,
Not a
considering
tavern.
the area you're about to go in. More specifically, it is it's a fest hall which does have again bar and gambling qualities to it.
Okay. Fargo will go and order 2 beers and a shot of the closest thing to moonshine they've got. 2 shots of the closest thing to moonshine that they've got.
2 flagons of your best piss water, please.
Right. Okay. Let's see if you're ordering shots of the best.
Well, no, I didn't say the best. I said the closest thing to moonshine. The worst, but the strongest.
Oh, keep in mind you're in a dwarven settlement, so
Keep in mind that I'm a centaur.
fair. Okay.
Like,
I think within D&D lore, at least, dwarves are more known for being the alcoholics than the centaurs. But
Okay.
Centaurs don't normally come up very often except to get shot at.
That. 10 10 gold, 2 silver.
Festival prices. I'll give the guy 11 gold.
Okay. Yeah, you'll quickly get your requested items. The meeting with the
I will go and hand one of the shots to Kyoki. Not giving him the beer though. Those are both for me.
Does Kyoki actually drink the shots?
I will.
No, 1 shot. I'm drinking the other shot. I will cheers him with the shot and down the shot.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. In that case, it is quality stuff for the requested alcohol. To be clear though, the meeting is to be taking place upstairs, which is away from the bar area. I only mentioned that because you mentioned just buying drinks at the bar area just now, which you can do certainly. Just the boss isn't coming to you; you're going to the boss.
Yeah.
Let Switch over to the general city place. With that being said, is there anything else that you would like to do in the bar area? It's a good bud.
I can't think of anything.
Neither can I.
In that case, then, unless you have some reason not to ascend the staircase, then the guards for the stairs will let you through and inform you to go to the left door at the end of the hall.
Oh, okay.
Ascending the stairs, the general ruckus and humdrum of the lower floor gets rather muted once you get to the second floor. There are rooms that go down a hallway. There are some splits in the in the hallway. Lots of the hallway is decorated in various softer earthen colors. The general mixing of the various smokes from below have been replaced by a rather earthy incense smell, which palatability is rather individualistic for people who aren't dwarves, so your mileage may vary with that. The rooms that you pass do appear to be reinforced. I don't think your passive perceptions are super high.
Honestly. My passive is 17. 17.
Yep. And it looks like
16.
16.
My wisdom's trash.
I think the GM control sheet should still be up to date on that.
Yep, that's what I was just meandering at. Okay. In which case, the rooms are reinforced enough that at most you'll be able to hear the occasional sound, though for Kyoki, since his passive perception is a bit higher, you will hear the occasional sound more often, just because you'll be able to pick things up with the despite the equivalent of sound baffling to the rooms. Where the hallway splits off in the different directions, of which you're supposed to go straight, but where there is a split in the hallway, there is a rather hardy looking dwarf, well, not in plate, is in excuse me, is in like various hardened leathers, possibly reinforced with some bits of metal. Um, in stark contrast to the like pseudo the pseudo upper class dress of the others that are here. Um, Getting to the end of the hall, and well, there is a door at the end of the hall. You guys were instructed to go into the left door at the end of the hall, which will lead to a room that clearly has been split by an aftermarket wall versus something that has been naturally crafted into the room. You're clearly entering a kind of a lounge area. There are instead of actual chairs, there are pillows around, various various colors and such, though all look of decent quality. And there is a desk, small from y'all's perspectives, but a small desk that has a number of knickknacks on it. But the only other occupant in the room that you can see, though Kyoki can hear that there is someone beyond the aftermarket wall, because there was a door in the wall, and you'll be able to hear that there is someone in the other segment of the room. Will be this person.
Okay.
Okay.
You look thrilled.
Is she the owner of the establishment?
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Okay.
Yep. Oh, I realized that the name of this place has not been said to at least you yet, Matt. One moment. Blancas is the name of the place.
What is it?
Seriously, Mother Blancas is the name of the place.
Mother Blancas?
Yeah.
All right.
So that's
If there's I will walk closer and bow.
how so very formal.
Well, I must say, I'm aware. I must say, I'm aware that someone of your station definitely deserves the respect that has been earned.
I do appreciate that. This is a place of recreation and relaxation, unless you're wanting to discuss business transactions. In which case, I can become more snooty and highbrow, if you'd like.
Oh, no, 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 no. There's enough of that in life.
Though I was under the impression, um, from from the first floor that it was just going to be one person. I didn't realize that there'd be another visitor with you. As she is speaking, she'll be opening a few drawers on her side.
Fargo looks down. I'm only a half a person, so
So, some say that about me as well. Because as I'm not sure if the picture is getting it across, but she's a dwarf.
well, I mean, fair. Yeah, but you at least have legs.
Fair. What she's pulling out are are some looks like they're biscuits, cookies, um, and a few drinks with some for you guys um smaller smaller mugs. Um, uh, does okay, this have never mind. Um, hmm, um, uh, since you've already brought your own seats.
And my own beer. He's double fisting the two. I assume since it's a dwarven tavern, I just always imagine dwarves with like German beer steins, which, having held them now, are quite heavy. But I imagine he's double fisting two beer steins.
That would, yeah. I'm not opposed to that. That does sound that does sound like up their alley. Hmm. No, feel free to enjoy those and what I have here with me. I was not informed as to the nature um of this meeting. However, clearly not business from what you're saying.
Um, no, not exactly business. We just had a couple of questions, and I'll say we just have a couple of questions. We're trying to make sure that ability, I'll say our abilities, our abilities and capabilities are well covered. One of my associates caught wind of the idea that there are certain people who have gone missing.
Well, people who come to this particular hole in the wall have been known to stay for a few days, depending on how much they drink or if they're lying low. Are the two of you needing to lie low?
Oh, no, 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 no. Honestly, if we were to be kidnapped, that would make things so much easier. But, alas.
Kidnapping, you say?
Oh, kidnap. You taken for a forceful trip. Depends on what you want to refer to it as.
I think there's a bit of a miscommunication. I believe the nice lady is saying that is offering us to lay low because we're talking about missing persons. She's suggesting that there are missing persons here who are laying low and then offered to let us lay low here if we need be. I don't think our missing persons are here.
Is this correct, miss?
Um, yeah, yes.
You don't have people here against their will, of course, I imagine.
um,
Uh,
you'll get a bit of almost almost mischievous smirk on her face. Um, not not in the way that you're asking, no.
huh. Fargo is going to smile, putting back on his like proper Sylvan accent. I do believe that the main thing we're talking about is specifically trying to find out people who are being kidnapped from the streets necessarily. Yes, looking back at Hyogi. People supposedly of a bit of prestige.
Yes, there have been several people that have um, vanished in recent times. My understanding is that it is quite a quite an issue for our current lord. Not that it's been publicized all that much. As the conversation is happening on the other side of the unseen part of the segmented room, you guys will hear what sounds like ratcheting. But
Like a crank of a crossbow
no,
ratcheting.
like kind of like click 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 click, like pause, click 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 click, like something is like like the ratchet the ratcheting sound that you hear when you strap something down with the ratchet straps.
Mm-hmm.
So no, it doesn't sound like the ratcheting of a weapon. It sounds like something more mechanical.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. But she'll continue. Um, and it wouldn't surprise me if he'd be looking for some kind of assistance in the matter. Not that he'd be too open with it, given how stubborn he is. But it looks like that you're already looking into it. Should I assume that you're working for um? 1 second, I need to get his name right because they only give his full name once in this book. Um, um, should I take it that you're working for Lord Deckett then? The
We believe her to be seedy, right?
given that given the kind of thing she deals in, yeah, she's not exactly a completely legal individual.
Fargo is going to respond using like the banter of thieves' cant to get across the idea of we're working for whoever gives us the most gil. Is it gil in this?
Nope, it's gold.
Gold, most gold.
Okay.
Gil is
Just
Final Fantasy.
Do you actually have Thieves' Kit?
Yes, I do.
I hope he has it as a rogue, but he could have traded it, I suppose.
Oh, gee, I could have traded it out. Not that kind of rogue.
I got it from. Pretty sure I get it from. What is it? From my background. Maybe I get it from Rogue. I don't remember.
I know you get it from Rogue. I don't know if your background also gave it to you.
Yeah. Her smile will widen. Interesting. Well, if there's another party out there that's interested in these disappearances, I'd be most interested in that. However, I don't mind lending assistance to you to a certain extent. Well, it's clear as I've said that Lord Daggett has been trying to get people to look into the situation. Apparently, you have your own reasons for looking into the situation. Perhaps you could combine the the upper crust with the lower crust, as it were, provided that you can actually get a meeting with him, which I could arrange for a certain level of transaction. She'll pour herself a drink and take a sip. However, I understand if you don't want to do that. Is there any particular information concerning the disappearances that you're looking for? It be a particular individual, a person who was perhaps a patron of this place that I may have extra information about, methodologies. I can't just give an entire spiel of everything I know, at least not for free.
Kyoki, since Matt is blanking on what we need. Brian, or to Brian.
Yeah.
Do you know what we need?
Hello?
Since you set
Yes,
this up.
Brian. Yeah. Well, hello.
Hello?
Hello.
We can hear you.
Hello there.
Clearly, he can't hear us.
Well,
Testing. Brian. Just gonna kick him from the call for a second and see if he comes back.
okay. Cool.
Can you hear us now?
Yes, there you are.
Okay.
Okay, I said that. Have you been following what David said?
I missed about the last 20 seconds of it because everything just kind of went quiet, so I thought he stopped talking.
She has the ability for a certain level of trade, as it were, to get you a meeting with Lord Daggett if you're wanting to combine the highbrow and the lowbrow, as it were, since from a perspective, you guys are some third party, not upper crust people investigating the situation.
I like how we work for this meeting, and the meeting gets us another meeting.
Well, this meeting is like, yeah, I don't know shit, but I can get you in with the leader of one of the other factions.
Well,
Okay.
more specifically, what she also mentioned was she does know things, but she's not going to spout out everything for free. So
We also very pointedly didn't tell her. We also very pointedly didn't tell her who we're working for. We very pointedly implied that we're working for whoever pays us the most.
Right.
So, because we don't know who she's working for.
Yeah.
So I didn't think there was any point in us outing that.
No, we don't really have a clientele like talking about.
Well, I know.
So, yeah, it's like she's wondering if you have any particular questions about the kidnappings themselves, or if there's any leads that you have that you might want to ask her about to follow up on, things like that, because she's implied she has information. She's just not going to necessarily give it out for free, depending on what it is you're looking for.
All right.
Well, are we going with the idea of trying to get Baron kidnapped?
Good question.
That's a good question.
I mean, I'm not on board for that plan, but if the majority decides they are,
Set them up as a decoy. All right.
We'll drop that one in case we need it.
I said, I know what we were told, but let's see if she has anything dating back a bit farther. Any clue on when these disappearances started?
She'll take another
Just because I want to see if what she's saying that she's aware of it happening actually matches up.
Allow me to translate for my lawful good friend. How much would it be to remember when these to remember when all of this started?
Well, given that the two of you came in by boat, I am willing to part with that information for for, say, if you have it or haven't sold it already, 2 bolts of cloth that isn't from isn't from the Silken Empire.
Looks over at the quartermaster.
That's a very quartermastery question.
Yes, I'm looking. She said she wants 2 bolts of fabric that's not from the Sylvan Empire.
Silken Empire, not Sylvan.
Yeah, not from the Silken Empire, which is the general region that you're,
2 bolts of foreign cloth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because as she's revealed for free, she's aware that you guys came in on a ship.
Technically, we have that. So.
Okay.
Sorry,
so effectively, I said technically we have that.
seems like a steep deal. We'll do one bolt of cloth. We're remembering a very specific time. I mean, 2 bolts of cloth for remembering a time and giving a few details about a few of the early victims. Be one thing. Would you like a persuasion check with that, David?
I'll do a couple of shoulder shoulder shrugs and rotate my shoulders to give Fargo to basically tell Fargo with gestures that the each bolt that we have is worth 100 gold each. So that hopefully that helps you give an idea as to what she's asking for and how much it could technically be worth.
This is really nice.
So if she wanted 2 bolts, that would be 200 gold.
Okay.
Oh yeah. No.
You definitely need a persuasion roll if you're wanting to barter the price down.
Oh, 100%.
This girl wants 20 platinum.
Dun, 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 dun. There are other means of persuasion. There are other modes of control. That was not the greatest of rolls, though. It's a 22, David, though.
Not a great roll. I only rolled a 22.
Well, I have a plus 14 to persuasion. How did the ties go?
Well, in this case, you're bartering for price essentially.
Yeah, this is a not a tie situation. It's a contest. Whoever makes it more determines what the modifier is on the negotiation. Normally, it's meet or beat.
Yeah.
But when it comes to negotiating, it's margin of success determines how the negotiation goes.
Hold on one moment. Anyone?
Yeah, we're hearing.
But
Okay. Sorry, my headset cycled right after I said, is it tied to the attacker or the defender in this one?
In the game, it's meet or beat, but when it comes to margin, it's margin of success. So the fact that you tied means that she does not budge.
yeah, though in this particular case, she is glancing between the two of you.
Hold on. I'm
is-
gonna just probably use a card.
Oh, okay.
That's like I've been dying to use cards.
I've got 2 of these.
Melee roll d20, increase AC, increase con save. Okay.
I assume the D20 applies to the 3d6s.
Yeah.
I didn't roll that much better, but I did. I rolled a 23. So I rolled a 4-3-2 instead of 4-3-1.
Does the ship you came in on have any crew?
Have any crew? I mean,
Yes.
yes, of course we have crew, but we can't afford to give stuff away.
Well, I'd be willing to go down to a single bolt if you directed some of your crew to this very fine establishment.
Of course, we can definitely do that. We will have a night out here.
Thank you very much. And I'd also like to point out, I do appreciate uh, the extra bit of information as well. I will certainly keep that in mind.
What, that we have a crew? That's Matt.
I knew you came from the ship. I did not. But for all I knew, you could have been independent traders on a that had chartered the captain. That you speak as if you are part of the crew.
Hmm. Part of the ship, part of the crew.
Well, I guess to answer your question, the earliest person that I am aware of was a little over a month ago, a particularly talented physician by the name of Chumley, a rather tall human fellow, but what people may not be aware of is that Mr. Chumley was a part of the Brotherhood of the Bloody Shroud.
Okay.
Which which is a group that deals in unregulated medical practices, if I'm not mistaken, in service of one of the gods of healing. I'm afraid I don't know which one off the top of my head.
Hmm.
And that happened a little over a month ago. But aside from that, he well uh he certainly liked venturing towards the more enclosed areas of Far Hollow. I'm unaware of anything before that, in terms of people having gone missing. Something I would note is um hmm, um Chumley's physicianary skills were more well renowned um in the lower circles than the higher ones. My understanding is that some of the disappearances have also hit people such as such as what undoubtedly got the Lord's attention, which was which was a delegate, a delegate that has gone missing within the month. So both high and low people are hit hit by this.
Mhm.
Do keep in mind that if you guys are wanting to see if she's like lying or withholding anything, you can make insight checks if you'd like.
Okay.
You any good at insight?
I am
I am not.
not very good at insight. I have a +3.
I have a +2.
I'm just more reminding folks because I do realize that 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 insight, well, some people may have it or not, it doesn't seem to really crop up, and that is a way to kind of, reveal hidden aspects of conversations
Yeah.
if it's not immediately
I thought-
apparent to the player.
I thought you could make deception v deception checks.
What about
Tell if
deception?
someone's lying to you. I thought you could use deception versus deception to find out if
That's
someone's
only
lying to you.
that's in D6.
In D6, okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm not saying she is or isn't. I just considering this is a little bit of
I'll make
a
the-
negotiation.
I'll make
trade
the roll
thing,
anyway.
so- Okay.
Now check your sheet.
to-
You might have a feat or an ability or something that lets you do that by default. No, that's not. It's insight.
Actually, you're right. Hold on. Let me double check my feeds down here. Action, parlor, trickery, sneak attack, stage magic, game, thieves can't, uncanny dodge. Oh, there's thieves can't. It's from rogue. Infamy. Oh, actually, I have infamy. I forgot that I had infamy. Oops. Skill mastery, deception. I think it's just that I have bonuses to lying to people.
Okay.
So. Oh, when I make a deception check and fail, the target doesn't know that I intentionally deceived them.
Oh, that's actually nice.
That's fun. I need to remember that. And don't forget, David, that I am narcoleptic, so at any point, if you just decide you want me to fall unconscious, you can just tell me, Matt, you fall asleep.
Good to know.
Outside of combat. Double checking. I don't see anything, though, unfortunately. Ooh. Ooh. That would be funny. Don't really think that's necessary, though. I was about to say I could actually use if I send Kyogi out the room, I can actually use words of terror for once and make this woman terrified of me.
Given the establishment, that might induce carousal.
Yep. I don't have anything, unfortunately. The last one I do deception v deceptions. The total is 13 on my insight.
13 on the insight. Okay. You are aware that that she is holding out on information that she believes would be useful to you guys. And as for why she's holding on the information, the the simplest answer, not necessarily the correct one, but the simplest answer would be that
I like
she
that.
is waiting for an opportunity to get a bit of a bit of a sweeter pot, perhaps.
We'll promise you eggs. Everyone seems to want eggs.
Hmm. Though I have a question for you.
Hmm.
You you wear the robes of the yokai kingdom, but your mannerisms don't exactly match that. Are you actually a a a daiokai, just unfamiliar unfamiliar with things outside your island, or are you a former pretender?
Hmm. Well, if I'm being honest, this isn't my say. It's not my land of origin. No, I wear these in remembrance. I wear these robes in remembrance of my now deceased wife. She hailed from there, and as a means by which to honor her memory, I continue to wear these.
Hmm.
I say it would I say I say to wear clothes of such a kingdom. I say to wear clothes of that would stand out so egregiously. It doesn't seem to be of much benefit to do so if I was doing it in such a manner.
Hmm. Well, I am.
But I must say, I myself hail from the hellhole known as Drakengard.
Hmm. Well, you're certainly in the right place to find any number of distractions for your loss, but
Oh, don't worry. I must
one
say, don't
doesn't
worry. She,
merely walk away from the Draken guards from Draken Guard. How? Well, that's a subject for another time. As curious as I am about it.
You might as well ask.
must say, do not worry. Must say, the revelry of this place is quite enjoyable, but um, as best I can put it, I always keep my wife close, to my heart.
Hmm.
She's always with me in spirit. Technically, not a lot.
She'll nod in understanding and kind of nibble on one of the cookies that she'd brought out for you guys. Hmm. Well, to the subject at hand. Yes, now you know that this had only started, at least perceptively, a little over a month ago.
Yeah, so that matches up. Over.
Hmm.
the underground people, but so it's not like some that just hey, the people up above are noticing. The underground people also notice it as well. Okay.
Yes, and there was a representative from a foreign location that was taken as well. If I'm not mistaken, that is when Lord Daggett got particularly invested in the situation, or at least more noticeably to what I could tell. Hmm. Now, there's already been investigations into this off and on, and no one's been able to find anything particularly concrete. At least if you listen to the the investigators. What I would suggest is perhaps do something to grab the assailant's attention. I know I know there's been some talk in my establishment. You and your friends have been wandering about for a little bit, so I don't know exactly what you've collected so far as to as to that. Now, undoubtedly, you know that multiple people are missing, and it sounds like you don't have any particular questions about the individuals that are missing. Do you have any other questions concerning the disappearances?
Hmm. Is there anyone in this town who deals in procurement?
Shield Mood Zero has a pretty extensive illicit inventory that they hawk.
Hmm.
As a reminder, Shield Mood Zero is the group, at least via representative, that got you guys onto the onto the goblin rescue track.
Gotcha. Okay.
I do want to point out that you guys have yet to mention like any details about anything that you guys have discovered from your initial findings or anything like that. Because she doesn't necessarily know what you know, at least entirely.
Yeah, but she's also not necessarily giving us a whole lot either.
Well, no, because you arranged a meeting to come to her, so she's figuring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we are paying 100 gold worth of cloth and night out for the crew. So OOC, we could very easily spin this because she thinks we work for a third party, right?
Yeah, that's the impression she's under.
Again, I'm still of the mindset that the fastest way to find the kidnappers would be to follow someone getting kidnapped. Because, I mean, she knows that the kidnappings are happening, but obviously if she's working for the kidnappers, she's not going to out that. And if she is not working for the kidnappers, she's just somebody of power who is well connected here.
And as a reminder, you are aware that she believes she has information useful to you that she hasn't said yet.
So here's my thought. We could play it as we were hired by, again, a strong intellect of the Cobalt Soul, and we are transporting him. And we ended up coming in because of the raid. We almost were raided on the water, so we came into port. But we are basically, while we are traders, we are also protecting a VIP client on the boat who is super smart. And after hearing about some of this, we just were concerned for our boss. Well, not our boss, but our paying client protection. Do you guys think OOC that this is a good idea?
Not particularly.
I feel like she's, worst case scenario, a bit of a grifter trying to, get a little bit extra.
Where do you suggest we take this conversation?
I'm not sure this particular conversation is very useful, given how it's been going, because I'm not sure she necessarily knows anything of actual help to the investigation. That said, also, if I was in this particular situation, I'd be being a lot more blunt about it than you guys dancing around. I personally think our best lead is the kidnapped victim that turned back up, that had his memory modified. But
I am about the second. I am about getting the meeting that she had mentioned. I'm definitely interested in that.
Okay.
So
the faction leader guy might know something, being a higher up individual.
Then let's go there, I guess.
It's like, I just, I'm wary of, putting, party members in danger like that, and especially in a situation with mysterious kidnappings like this, where a simple teleport would make tracking them impossible. At which point we just have a party member out there on their own, and we'd have no way of, coming in to help.
Well, I mean, as long as somebody, I don't have counterspell in this game, do I?
Nope. Sierra's the only one that's counterspell. And counterspell only works if we see them, and are aware they're casting the spell, and they're within 60 feet.
At least he gets a resist roll to teleport.
Unless you're unconscious.
I'm saying, unless you're knocked the fuck out.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's technically an NPC who's getting... I mean, he is a party member, but he's also an NPC because David is GMing right now, so Farron is an NPC. And
that leaves him even more vulnerable.
Yes, but, I mean, the main point of the mission would... we're going to rescue Farron,
Well, yes, but at that point, we'd have no more information than we had before, and we'd be down a party member.
I think she'll give us the information that she's withholding if we give her that. But that's me. If you want to go for the meeting,
I'm not there, so my opinion doesn't really matter for the purposes of this conversation.
This is
an OOC thing because I don't want to do something that the party doesn't isn't wanting.
Yeah, I'm leaning.
if-
I'm leaning towards the. I'm leaning towards the meeting.
If the meeting's the direction we're going, I'm not gonna step on the toes and go about the more elaborate thing. So I will let you take lead on conversation.
Okay. I will myself go ahead and ask her. Which case, in regards to, in regards to this this gentleman that you mentioned, how different is it?
The missing person or Lord Daggett?
Hmm?
The missing person or Lord Daggett?
Lord Daggett. How difficult would you say it is to be in contact with this person?
Well, usually rather difficult, but with my sway, I should be able to get you a meeting, especially if you're already doing investigations into something that he has a interest in getting to the bottom of.
And that, I assume that means it's safe to say that he's interested in making sure that this whole situation comes to an end.
Well, there's not just the citizenry that have gone missing. There's also representatives from outside of Far Hollow, and the combination of the two, should we say, has a very unfortunate effect to his current hold over lordship of Far Hollow. There is there is a little bit of a strain between some of the major clans here. Not everyone is in complete agreement as to who should run. So this if it's not handled in a correct fashion, could cause some political damage, which I'm not involved in the politics here, as long as I'm not shut down. Whoever's running is fine, as long as they're not a despot.
And I can understand that. And I say we're all just trying to have a fun time, and a few assholes try to ruin it. So I just want to make sure that, like I said, I was just informed that there are a few unscrupulous things going on, and whenever me and the crew are visiting a town, we like to try to be ahead of the game when it comes to the sort of things that are going on in it. So if we if we go to a town and there's something crazy going on, we'd like to know about it, because we don't want to wander into town. There's a lot of unfortunate things that seem to be happening all over the place lately. So,
well, it's very sensible to get the lay of the land that you make poured in. Though I do have a question, if I may.
of course, we are nothing if but vessels of information.
Who did you con into believing that you were investigative to look into the situation such as this?
So who did we what?
Who did you con? Who did you con, generically speaking, into believing that your investigative acumen was high enough for a situation such as this?
Our investigative acumen is high enough for a situation such as this.
In which case, I have a question. Why have you not asked about the methods being used for these people disappearing?
We didn't believe you would know such things.
You didn't ask. And I do, but that has a price tag to it.
You know,
Now that I've insulted you, I imagine it's much higher. Did you hear me?
Yeah, we heard you.
Sorry, I was stretching.
Okay.
Well, aside from the second bolt of cloth, I would certainly be willing to give up the information. Alternatively, for access to any alchemists that may be on board your ship. There are some custom wares of that line that I would like that people around here aren't skilled enough to concoct.
Quite a feat to assume that there's an alchemist aboard our ship.
You have a member of the Cobalt Soul aboard, unless he is just wearing their garb. It is likely that they would be versed in chemistry. They're known for their various knowledges. Admittedly, that is an assumption on my part.
I'll look at Fargo and be like, that is a fantastic question. Is he versed in chemistry?
We also have a druid that was seen for most of yesterday, treating wounds and healing people. So,
Yeah.
Know that. She went with the
if she's as well
soul.
as connected as she seems to be, I'm pretty sure she would have heard about the blind blue chick running around slapping, herbs and shit on people.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I figured like druid looks like obvious druid.
Yeah, though just because you're a druid doesn't necessarily mean that you're an alchemist.
But the fact that she's proven to be an herbalist, means it's a good chance.
Right.
Kyoki will smile.
How about this? We will give you a second bolt of cloth. We will discuss with our friend from the Cobalt Soul to see, as he does not belong to any of us, is a free person, so we cannot just
I would hope so.
enslave him and say that we are going to force him to labor for you, but we will speak to him about potentially laboring for you. And as an added benefit, I will grace your halls of your tavern a song or two, which is sure to bring in a larger crowd.
That's an interesting third option. My third option would have actually been yourself as a client, but I do like the option you presented as well.
Myself as a client, like, Matt is double checking. Like, is she propositioning him?
Yes.
Hmm. Hmm. I'm afraid I'm too large for you. They say I'm hung like a horse.
Hmm.
Oh,
That's
I'll
fine.
be here all night, folks. So I don't need to roll persuasion because I was really hoping for.
Yeah, your deal of the bolt and potentially increasing her clientele is good. Okay.
The dwarf gets fucked by a centaur. God.
Well, she doesn't know you're a centaur, so
Kyoki will be like,
you guys keep that rather under wraps.
I know. She doesn't know everything.
Kyoki's gonna be like laughing a bit uncontrollably. It's like, oh, this is the first time I've actually been here to witness this. Oh, well, you do have, I will say that of the crew, of the crewmen, you do have the best taste. Ah,
Those who have disappeared, though, admittedly, I haven't been able to corroborate this across all of them, though more than half. The individuals have been taken while they are sleeping, or in some form of effectively in practically inebriated state.
hmm.
Usually overnight. My own contacts, as I do, have looked into this to protect my own more frequent clientele. Have not been able to notice any sign of any sign of um any sign of other individuals being in the rooms or abodes on two of the occasions. However, uh, on the others, there have been signs of. Hold on, separate quick. There we go. On other occasions, there have been signs of other other denizens of um of Far Hollow being excuse me seemingly being involved or complicit in these acts of disappearances, being for instance being visited by a um being visited by a um by a business partner, or people I would presume be other forms of associates. That being said, while deception is clearly the name of this game of disappearances, um, for um, for people for individuals such as excuse me, there we go. such as Ironbird, which is a Ironbird and Hardwick, which are more martial individuals. Hardwick, for instance, was a well-known mercenary. There have been telltale signs of force being used. So these individuals, if they are aware that their target isn't exactly a pushover, will apply a noticeable amount of force, rather than what I'm assuming is slipping people things in drinks or the like. And given, well, your friend here looking at Kyoki, I imagine if your group was to be renowned enough for, say, feats of strength, if that does attract their attention, it would certainly have them not necessarily perform the Slayer methods.
Mm.
For the ones that have had force applied to them, there have been signs of light fighting, from what my people have told me, perhaps with some sort of stiletto or other thin blades, given given the markings. And there's also been signs of people with particularly heavy weight about them, certainly denser than your average dwarf.
Hmm.
As far as removing the individuals, well, oddly, no one seems to be aware of the individuals leaving until it's pointed out, which to me would state which to me would state that there is some form of misdirection, possibly memory enhancement, or illusion magics involved.
Hmm.
Okay. Well, it's a good thing that we didn't put what's his face at risk, since there is illusion magics involved.
Unfortunately, I haven't been able to provide you with any information on how to track them, but at least you have a better idea of how they operate, and I hope that at least gives you some tactics you could potentially use.
Oh,
It does.
so tracking them shouldn't be too difficult of a problem. I'll say finding the perpetrators shouldn't prove to be too much of a hassle. As you said, one does not simply leave Drakengard. Disappear. The Department of Disappearing is something I'm fairly familiar with. Whether it involves disappearing or making people disappear.
Well, in that case, I suggest you either observe someone who is about to be a target, or become targets yourselves.
I do have a question that may you can tell me if you feel that the answer is worth anything, or if it could fall under courtesy. Have there been any of these people who have been snatched away? Have there been any? Do you have an idea of any failed attempts? And if so, how many would you estimate where the attempt was made and failed, or do they have 100% success rate thus far?
As far as I'm aware, given the fact that no one has reported anything, that all of their capture attempts have been successful. Now, if anyone has escaped, then I'm unaware if they have made it back to Far Hollow or not. Yes, I imagine the investigation would be much more underway if there were failed attempts. Usually, if someone, if more than one person mentioned that they've been attacked in similar manners, that tends to get the guards' attentions, or the watchmen's attentions. Now, for a bit extra, I can certainly provide you with the locations where the people that have been kidnapped so far were located.
So where they were kidnapped and where they ended up being found?
No one's been found.
No one's been found.
I'm sorry, I misunderstood what you just said.
Basically, she's really willing to provide the addresses of where the people went missing. For a little bit of a price. She is also going to say, and that price would involve having Veta, the dwarf that you're with, show off some of her pistol tricks. I know she normally charges for that, but I'm wanting a free show.
What dwarf is this? Sorry.
She's been with us the entire time we've been here. We picked her up in the first fight.
Yep, Veta Rothschild.
Okay. Pistol
She was the
tricks.
one that was
You
using
wanna-
the explosive ammunition.
Okay. Then I don't see why not. I mean, mentally, we can just pay her. So yeah, we'll get her to do you a free show. That shouldn't be an issue.
Good. I feel.
How much does she normally charge for shows?
Depending on if she likes you or not, I've heard anything from five silver for a friend up to 12 gold.
Oh, okay.
For me, it would probably be closer to the. I mean, to the
gold.
to the 12 gold. I've heard that she is very good at what she does.
I'll do a joint show with her. I'll give her a bunch of music to perform too.
Well, that could certainly be interesting.
Something unlike anyone's ever seen before. But yeah, we'll take care of that.
Okay. And I believe you were so interested in that meeting with Lord Daggett.
Yes.
Okay. Well, it sounds like we have a wonderful trade here, even though apparently I'm missing out on a horse.
What was that?
What?
She said it's a fair trade, even though she's missing out on a horse. Is that what I'm making sure I heard that correctly?
You did hear that correctly, but she's she's just not confirming it.
Oh, okay. Argo's gonna grin. Be like, don't worry. Half the time, the old missing legs thing. At least I still have one.
No. She'll chuckle and give you a smile. Well, I will get things set up on my end and get you into to that meeting. Is there a particular name I should be using for the lot of you?
My name is the land. That's all. I don't think we have a group name, no.
No, we do not.
I mean, the name you can use the name painted on the side of the ship, which is
the Sea Ghost, Coast to Coast.
Sea Ghost, not the coast to coast part.
It's in parentheses.
Was it that subtitle underneath?
Parentheses on the part of the boat that's under the water.
Right, I will. I'll be using that then. She will take out a small slip of paper, write something down, fold it, write something on the outer fold, and hand it to. It'd be easier for Kyoki, and hand it to Kyoki. The outer fold has the outside of the folded paper has something written in what you would be able to identify as Dwarvish, and underneath it written in Common. It says Veta, indicating that it's it's for the dwarf that's been traveling around with you guys when you've been for since the battle earlier. Uh, there'll be a knock on the door of the on the separating wall, and a dwarf with it looks like it looks like someone has tried to high class make the Mohawk style work for a higher class environment. Though her her beard is a little bit scraggly. Clothing is of a higher class leathers that's more more clothing than armor, but does provide some protection. And she'll kind of knock and lean in. Miss Malka, I've finished everything in here, and Malka will turn her head. Oh, thank you. I will. I'll be in to see the completed work in a moment.
Okay.
Now, well, it sounds like our business is concluded. Is there anything else that that you'd like to go over or ask before I move on to some other business that I have paid some pretty good coin for?
Okay.
Basically, kind of asked if there was any final questions or anything else before business concludes.
I have no further questions. I am also going to probably need to go soon, so because I have to be up in 4 hours to help Chris register the car.
Of course. I'll say, yeah, I'm pretty good with this. I'll say, I feel like, yeah, I must say, I feel what we've done so far, we've gotten much as we can. So if not, I'm still satisfied with it.
Okay.
I must say, it's not like honestly, it's not like we can't come back. We think of something else.
That's true. Now here's a question. What did you guys get from it? And then I can either I can either I can either go, oh, that's interesting, or actually give kind of like the layout of the information as I've seen it, but I just kind of want to know what information you guys have gotten from it.
Okay. Well, they, I must say, seem to be, I must say, well, the effective target demographic, when they strike, I'll say when they strike, the type of people they strike for, more or less, I say, well, we already knew about the government. I say, well, we already had an idea that people going missing was bad for politics. So, not surprised that the local authority is like, hey, local authority being tied to criminal underworld. It was like, hey, this is looking bad. Somebody needs to stop this. But it's like whichever one of you assholes is doing this, probably cut it out. like do the low budget. I'll say I kind of see it being like one of those stick with the low budget crime. Please stop kidnapping. Please stop trying to take high end people because it's starting to make me look bad.
Okay, okay.
I guess I'll say by talking to this person. I'll say by talking to I don't know why I keep wanting to say the name Blart. I know it's not his name.
Blanca, think Street
No,
Fighter, if that helps.
no.
It's not even a he.
No,
It's a
I'm
she.
talking about the person we're going to go meet. The person
Oh.
we're gonna.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Lord Daggett.
Daggett. Yeah. So all I need to do is remember. All I need to do is remember that robot from I'll say that's remember the name of that robot from that really bad movie that Spoonie was it Reality Bites or whatever. It was like this computer. It was like this. I'll say this AI runs on Dagon 12. So I'm like, oh, okay, sweet. Yeah, I just need to remember that now. Okay. And talking to him, maybe the police. Maybe him and the police might know a bit more since they're actively investigating it.
Okay.
And he's probably more willing to work with us without asking for clothes and chicken eggs and business.
So, given what she runs, I mean, bolts of exotic fine cloth is kind of right up the alley.
Oh yeah, I don't blame her.
Anyway, okay. Unless there's anything else you picked up on, Matt, is there anything that that you particularly picked up on or felt you were able to gain from the conversation?
Overall, it sounds like, and I apologize, I've been sort of zoning in and out because I'm a little tired, but it sounds like we need to do the meeting with the guy next, and that overall, she told us that she did not know that someone has escaped. So she did not have the information that we have, that someone has escaped with their memories being.
Correct. I believe the phrasing was, if anyone has escaped, they haven't returned. They haven't returned to Fall Hollow because there's been no reports, of anyone going, "Oh, this happened to me," kind of things.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Partially like a.
Sorry. What?
So we've got at least, I say, so we've technically got at least a partial leg up.
Okay. In that case, then, unless Matt, you'd like to add more, what from my perspective, what was gotten from the conversation, what information was given rather, from the conversation was one, as you guys both clearly have remembered, she can arrange a meeting with the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You could also get a meeting with the Lord by, turning in your Shield 0 thing that you still have pending.
Yeah, the quest we're still trying to actually make progress on before turning it in.
So you have multiple routes there. This is a route that allows you to keep the other one open. Excuse me. The methods that the methods that have been used, unless the target is particularly strong, or at least known to be strong, it sounds like a combination of illusions and some form of domination has been involved due to unexpected visits from people either known to the individual, or in the case of if they're at an inn, someone else from the inn, like say the innkeeper, that would not raise suspicions necessarily for there being a knock at a door. When there have been strong opponents, strong targets rather, there have been signs of light light combat in the form of like nicks and stuff that have been around the room, along with like weighty individuals. So basically, subtler but still more signs of an actual altercation of some kind. However they leave with these people either involves illusion or some sort of perceptual magic, because or methods, because unless there is something that points out the person is missing, people don't seem to realize they're missing. So like they have to be late for something, or it needs to be pointed out that something odd is going on. And they do target, as you guys have definitely determined by now, people that have some notably above average ability.
Okay. Makes sense. Again.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, in terms of courses off the top of the head, there's the meeting with Lord Daggett. As Blanca suggested, you could collectively get yourselves captured if you want to boost yourselves up enough for that. Or you could lie in wait for someone who you believe is going to be captured and kind of be a third party to intervene. And I think I already mentioned Lord Daggett. And there's the person which I believe Ash found out about.
Yeah.
That has returned but doesn't remember what happened. So you have a number of avenues you could pursue here. I mainly kind of want to point those out because I know mysteries, even or investigations, even with the guide of a scenario, is something that isn't completely in my forte. So I'm just kind of being sure that you guys are aware there are a number of avenues you can pursue on top of things you come up with yourselves based on the information you have.
Sounds good.
You mentioned you had to.
I need to head to bed.
Yep.
Yeah. So, you guys are more than welcome to continue. Y'all have a good night, though.
You as
All
well.
right. Thank you.
Okay. I take it then people will kind of regroup.
Yep.
Kyoki, are you going to deliver the silver paper to Veta, or are you gonna keep that to yourself?
You said deliver the what?
Blanca gave you a piece of paper with Veta's name on it. I was wondering if you were going to keep that to yourself or hand it over, or a third option.
I mean, can't really think of a reason not to hand it over.
Okay, so while you guys are regrouping, Veta will be reading the note. Okay. To herself, she's not reading it aloud.
Alright, so we have a possible meeting with Lord Daggett, which is meeting with second faction, since we've already been hired by a first faction.
Yeah. Well, to be clear, Lord Daggett is the current person who runs Far Hollow.
Oh, so Daggett is the guy we've been trying to get in touch with this entire fucking time.
Yeah.
Yeah, Because Shield Mode Zero can get you in with Lord Daggett, and Blanca can get you in with Lord Daggett.
Okay. So we have meeting with Lord Daggett, which we have been trying to get for a while now, and we have dude with memory problems that may or may not actually be recoverable, and even if they are recoverable, which they should be, if it's a modified memory spell of some kind, there's a question of whether the information we'd recover is actually useful. I'm inclined to think doing the memory recovery attempt before talking to Lord Daggett might be good. That way, if there's information in there that we actually think is relevant for Daggett, we could give it to him. Because I feel like if we talk to Daggett, we're gonna get sucked into the whole the whole troll debate and all that, and lose sight of the kidnapping thing we're already on.
Okay.
What do you think?
Can't think of a better one. Yeah, I must say so. So Daggett first.
That's literally the opposite of what I just said.
Oh, sorry. No, I'm not saying. No, I'm thinking. I'm thinking. I was thinking. Let's see.
Because I was thinking if we did the memory guy first, if he knows anything that would be relevant to tell Daggett, we can tell Daggett when we talk to him the first time. Because if we talk to him, we got to talk to him. There's a good chance we're gonna get sucked into the troll negotiation thing.
Fair.
But if you want to do it the other way around, we can try that. I feel like
I'm gonna say. No. I'm gonna say. Don't. I was only a little. I was only a little worried about the. I'm gonna say because I was wondering. I'm gonna say I was only thinking about like. I guess mainly like Daggett being like potentially a time based thing. But I'm not sure.
Were we given any reason to believe he's got a timer on him?
Just because he's a big wig. Actually, never mind. I feel like I'm gonna assume that the meeting, I must say, the setup meeting with him can pretty much be set up at any time and not just like immediately. So
there's an easy way to figure this out. That you're semi-local, or at least aware of local.
No, yeah, I'm from here.
Given that today's big to-do festival day and all that, would it be easier to do the meeting with Lord Daggett now, or go look into that kidnapping victim who reappeared, and then talk to him later after things have been going for a while, so his attention is possibly not needed as much? I don't know how involved he is in this whole festival day thing.
I think I must say, actually, probably check with. Would that be something that I would have known from what she said when she said she was going to try and repeat the meeting? Do I know when that meeting is supposed to be?
That's actually a good question. Did she actually put it? Was there a meeting, in the note or whatever?
Yeah, I must say. I know she said she could. Like how soon? Like tomorrow or today or?
Given how she functions, the earliest you're going to be able to get a meeting would probably be tomorrow morning.
Okay, so then I'll say which case we technically have time to do the.
Yeah, we have all day. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I didn't know if it was like that's the only reason I was debating is because I didn't know if it was like your meeting with Daggett, and it happened like pretty soon.
Yeah, if she actually gotten us an appointment time, then yeah, I totally agree with you. But yeah, it sounds like the earliest date she could get us in is tomorrow.
Yeah,
Okay.
Because she has different connections from Shield Mode Zero. Shield Mode Zero is more of an official faction, so her method, it needs to have some wheels to turn.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Let's see.
I just didn't want to assume that it was like, oh yeah, sure, it's not going to be until tomorrow. And then David's like, when are you guys going to go? Because Daggett's waiting for you. Like, oh shit.
No. Good catch.
Yeah. Okay, so it's going to go after the guy with lost memory.
The guy with lost memory, which I imagine we have to ask around a little bit for, which is good, because asking around means we can hit a couple of those stalls on the way, like I promised, 80-bit.
Okay. Oh, which you guys can certainly do. Okay. Okay, so it sounds like you guys are going more with the investigation and less with the trying to set up the kidnappers. Okay. Cool.
It sounds like that plan was dissuaded, at least for the moment, once they mentioned like illusion spells and stuff. Maybe once we have more information, we can revisit that. If anything else, things this guy might be able to remember might give us ideas for baiting the trap better. Not that I'm team trap, but if we're gonna do it, let's be smart about it.
Yeah. I mean, there's also the alternative of like, again, staking out a prospective target, which is still effectively kind of trapping the other person. But anyway, cool. Okay, well, I'll need an investigation roll then if you're going to try to locate this this individual.
And if we see any interesting carnival games along the way, then
yeah, there's a number of carnival games going on.
well, I know you said there were, but I also know there were some that we did not encounter inside. So I was just kind of curious what was.
There's some barrel tossing events.
Wait, why is it not normal?
Exploration stunts. Anybody want to play some barrel tosses?
What's up?
It's a 32 investigation, and it sounds like we want to do a barrel toss or two.
Okay. There we go. Why didn't you give the name as a part of the thing? So what I'm running into is the particular where information is.
Yeah, formatting I know is always a bitch.
Yeah. Okay.
The danger of canned scenarios.
Yeah. Yeah, put her in the drinking game. That's great. Drunk kids always fun, right?
I mean, she's with responsible adults. They're dwarves. They don't care.
Oh yeah, and they're dwarves. They don't care. It's like goes an ale. I'm 10. Goes an ale. That's all I have. Okay. The barrel toss. The barrel toss is a excuse me. Is a athletics roll, as one would expect. However,
well, it could have been just a flat strength, so I wasn't sure. Yeah, that's good to know.
However, it's a distance contest. That being said, there are barrels of different weights. Each weight will if you win with a heavier weight. This is weight of barrel, not like comparative or anything. The more points you will score. So, here's how this is going to work. The lightest barrel will have a difficulty of 10. Just to throw the barrel, and of course if you roll higher, then it's compared to other people in the throwing contest. There's also weights that have a difficulty of 15, 20, and the heaviest of 23. Now, what this means in the case of the contest is if you fall below the difficulty, then you throw it improperly and the weight just basically has to go bump onto the ground. You don't really get any distance. However, if you do beat the difficulty and the other people, you have therefore thrown something mightier than likely than your other person and further.
Okay, so 15 is the lightest.
10 is lightest.
Okay, 10 is lightest. 15 is the mid tier. Okay.
Yeah. It goes 10, 15, 20, 23.
Hmm.
I will try at 15.
Upon seeing, I will graciously bow out. And I will cheer. I will cheer and encourage a little bit in the children's division.
They have a children's division?
I mean, it's a festival. There's got to be a children.
I don't know.
There doesn't seem to be any. Okay, I take it back. There are some things that are like, here's stuff for the kids, but everything else they don't care. Like there's specific kids things, but if it's not a kids thing, then well, give it a shot.
You know what? She's killed a man before. I'm pretty sure she can throw a barrel.
We have been training her. She, in theory, is fit.
I mean, to be fair, what's the difference between killing someone and throwing a barrel? She can do one, she can do the other.
I mean, technically she didn't kill him. She knocked him cold, but yeah. And I'm like, all right, part of your training, we are going to have you throw this barrel. Now imagine, what's something that you really don't like, little one? I was rolling my roll.
Let's see. Let's say that someone put, do you like vegetables? I'm trying to remember.
Given where she was raised, I imagine she's at least okay with them.
Yeah, sea elves.
Yeah, so she was living underwater with sea elves. There's a lot of vegetation down there.
Let's see. I think mostly I'll tell them, like, I think we've been surrounding you with so many things that you like. I don't think that I've become accustomed to anything that you don't like. Let's see. Well, okay. So, what we're going to do is you are going to take this barrel, and what you're going to try to do is you're going to try to throw it as far as you can. But the caveat on it is you are going to throw this barrel, and if you can throw it the farthest, or at least be in the top 3, we will treat you to the most delicious dwarven cake that you could possibly want.
There'll be a smile on her face.
All right.
Is it gonna have 5 layers?
It's as many layers as these little people can stack.
I hope it's at least 3.
Well, we have to be understanding of people's handicaps. They might not be able to get more than 3 layers up before their height restrictions keep them from being able to do stuff.
She points to a stepping stool that a dwarf is using.
I don't think bakers have access to those. Those are for the engineers.
No. How big a barrel? She says, pointing at the pointing at the different size and weights of barrels.
What do you think you can manage?
She's gonna go for the DC 15 one. If I can do this one, if they can't do 3 layers, then 3 cakes.
We'll see what we'll see what we can do. Now, don't let Ash beat you. Don't let Ash and his big scary armor beat you, because if he wins, then he gets the cake, and he might not share.
She'll give Ash like this like Anya narrow-eyed challenging look.
And you see, he hasn't said anything in response. He wants that cake all to himself. He doesn't care that you're a kid.
She'll pick up the barrel. Hey! She throws it.
Ash just standing there going, wow, way to throw me under the lightning rail.
Well, we're trying to teach you what competition is.
That is fair.
It can't be competitive if she likes you.
Okay, the weight would have to be 15 minimum. No, 10 minimum, because the ropes is 10, so there we go. Okay.
Yeah, it looks like she came in second. That's still pretty respectable.
Well, it was top 3. Wait, how many people are there?
5, counting her and I.
Okay, I was about to say, I was like, wait, if she came in top 3 out of 3, it doesn't count.
Can't say that after the fact.
Okay, yep, judging by the weights, that person rolled a 19, so they were able to throw their 18 weight, but not as far as the rest of you. So you get 15. She did 15. Okay. Okay. Yeah, looks like again there's a person that rolled a 23, but through points, via points, yeah, she looks like she's second. Okay. If we do it again, can I get more cake?
I don't know, Kyoki, does she get another cake if we do it again?
So what?
She asked if we do it again, can she get more cake?
Look around and was like, well, I don't see the captain or the first mate. So, technically, no one's here to keep you from engaging in your speech. Of course.
Are you going to do another barrel toss, or?
Sure, keeps her interested.
All right.
I mean, honestly, it's not my job as a parent to make sure that you don't kill yourself.
Mm-hmm. Where's the points?
I'm just here to make sure that nobody kills you. There's a difference.
I don't protect you from cholesterol. Just the blade. Now, if the cholesterol has a sword, let me know.
Yeah.
Oh no, the cholesterol has a knife.
Say, I'm not here to protect you from you. I'm here to protect you from them.
Booyah.
Oh wow. It looks like you got a 20.
Yep.
Yay, more cake! Some other dwarves are like looking over at this, at Isara, and some are going, she must be a halfling. There's some people who think she's no kid. No kid is that strong, and and she's not a dwarf.
Okay, that's 2 barrel tosses. What else we got?
Okay. Let's see. There's a shooting gallery. This may not seem festively to you guys. May not even seem festively for the dwarves, but it's festively for the place of Far Hollow.
No one here is particularly good with. I'll say no one here knows how to shoot well enough for firearms anyway, right?
Firearms, no, that's Veda's thing. Everybody else is archaic, bow and arrow type stuff.
There is a game called the Clever Cut Purse.
What the hell is the Clever Cut Purse? I'm guessing it's a pickpocketing game.
You have to pickpocket from 3 volunteer marks that are somewhere in the festival, and you know what the marks are.
What kind of town is this?
Wait a sec. So it's a pickpocketing contest,
It's a pickpocketing contest.
Yup.
and Matt just went to sleep.
Yep.
Best.
We might want to hold off on that one until next time.
Okay. There's the drinking contest.
I'm not gonna like that idea.
People volunteer to become marks. Okay. There's a fish head eating contest.
Ew.
They're allegedly good fish.
I know people like them. I just
me personally, I probably go "Ew" as well.
Kyoki will participate in that.
Okay. Okay. In this case, this is going to be a little bit different in that I will need to be the havings of not Constitution saves, but Constitution set rolls. Because you will be straining. You will be straining your body's ability unless you know good eating tactics.
He has an unfair advantage. He probably actually had Yokin cuisine before.
Yeah.
So, give me a moment.
Yep. And remember, this is the stat, not a save.
Am I struggling to eat this because of the test? I'm gonna say because of the taste, or because of how much food it is. It's like a hot contest.
Quantity of food. Whoever has the most finished stacked plates. Because it's an eating contest. Is gonna.
So it's like a hot dog eating contest, just with fish.
With fish heads.
Yeah, with fish heads.
I can get that.
That's why we have a contest with the actual edible part of the fish. Not.
That's just too much.
Usara is sea elves.
I imagine she's had fish heads before. The question is, do you think she would like them?
These fish heads look funny.
Okay. candied apple or cotton candy or something. She nom on that while Yoki stuffs his face with phase.
Give me more face. More fish face.
Demands more pies.
So you said this is a check?
A Constitution check, not a save, just a check.
Yep.
All right.
There are 3 other contestants.
Oh,
There would have been a 4th one, but they passed out.
Mm-hmm.
Constitution check.
Yep. They're
I'll
rare.
save.
They happen.
Just to let you know, there's seconds if you want them.
How many?
1.
Okay. Which case? just because it's worth it, I'll say just because it's worth it, I'm willing to do something.
Okay.
I say, let me see. It's worth it. I'll do it.
I cast Spell of Eating. I cast Enlarge
Yes.
on my stomach. Oh wait, no.
Absolutely.
No. Cast Reduce on the fish head. Is it a warlock thing?
Yep. When you take this invocation, you gain a pool of fate dice. Each fate die is a D4, and you can have a number of fate dice equal to your proficiency bonus. Whenever, I'll say, basically me or anyone else make an attack roll or ability check, I can use my reaction. I can use my reaction to force them to make a spell save DC. I can actively choose to fail this roll. If I do, I can spend any number of fate dice to increase or decrease the roll.
Nice. Okay. Through the power of fate, you were fated to win this competition.
It's not even magic, so they can't even tell.
There's a point in time where the judges are thinking that you may tap out, when suddenly more fish heads. As one contestant falls early on, another contestant falls shortly after. One trying to keep up with you, surpasses you. Then you surpass them. Then they try to eat another fish head, and then they fall into the fish head, and you complete a few more plates because fuck them.
I'll pat my stomach and like, never doubt the gift. Never doubt gift of the depths.
One of those like, the judges of the competition will say, and the outsider won. Show him what he's won.
More fish.
Hey, I mean, shit, we can salt it, put it on the ship. I'm happy about that.
Like, hey, we won the ship's month of rations for free. All right, that's something we didn't have to pay for.
I mean, hold up. Let me see. Consumables. Yeah, we're technically out of dried fish. So yeah, we could use that. We have a bunch of chickens.
Oh yeah, it's because we've been using them for eggs.
Yeah, I mean, but technically, we also have a rooster, so we can also make more chickens.
Hmm.
So I'm about to say, food on the ship has effectively been beans, rice, bread, chicken.
Fish.
Yeah, whatever fish we can catch. I don't
Yeah,
know. Here,
seabird that flew by and we tagged with with a harpoon or something.
I was about to say, who's good at fishing?
Under survival, I know Ash does it recreationally. Yeah, Ash is good at survival, so yeah, Ash probably does a lot of fishing when we're on the boat.
Wow.
Huh.
I did not expect it to be 12 and 12.
Headless brine.
Headless
Okay.
brine fish and caviar.
Ah, we eating good tonight.
Mm.
Now we'll put this in the
Says every
consumables.
sailor.
This shall go in the ship's consumables because I'm not going to eat this right now.
Yeah, I think you're a fool for now.
Hmm?
I said, I think it sounds like you're a fool for now. Alright, I would like to try out the shooting gallery. I don't know if Itty Bit wants to try it out, but put some corks and some asses or something. I don't know what type of shooting gallery this is.
Um, it is a it is a clockwork shooting gallery with the addition of some magic using dwarves off to the side, essentially using mage hand to have special targets occasionally pop up and dance around.
That's, cute and inventive. What are we shooting?
Blunt bolted crossbows or blunted arrow bows.
Oh.
There is a sign that looks like it came from perhaps last year that has no firearms.
Good for them. Okay.
Usara will try to get a shot at this.
And she's proficient in simple weapons, so she can use either the crossbow or a short bow, her choice.
She'll use a crossbow.
I'm an elf. No self-respecting elf can use a crossbow. Right, remember what I taught you. Breathe and release. Both eyes.
She opens the other eye. Okay. Nope. Here's a question: are you going to be going at it? Are you going to be trying to specifically go? Are you going to try to specifically ace the special targets? If you're seriously trying to ace the special targets, then you can roll at disadvantage to specifically go after them. If not, you can just do a general roll. And depending on what DC you meet, will include or disclude getting the special targets.
I'll go for the special targets.
Okay.
Not quite as good, but no, same actually. Okay, that's good. The advantage roll was better, but the roll that actually counts is the same. Pew 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 pew.
Okay. One beats that, beats that, beats that. Okay. 21. Okay, you got along with tagging a number of things for general points. With that 21, you also that's right, you rolled disadvantage, so you're going for, so with that.
I think I went for the harder, especially
okay.
targets.
With that roll, you are able to not only score some general points, but tag both of the special targets, which actually have, maneuvers such as the mage hand.
I got the golden snitch.
Usara does about as well as contestant number 2.
I'd say she tied for third place. That's not.
Yeah. Contestant number 1 was also like you trying to go for the special targets. Okay. Looks like we not only have a first place winner, but one who got the Wiley targets.
Actually, she rolled higher.
What? Does she have an ability or something?
Her attacker fighting style gives her +2 to hit.
Oh, okay, so that's 17.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So she matches for
Contestant 3.
Contestant 3, yeah.
So she tied for second.
Nice. Well, you have a choice of some wonderful prizes. One which he doesn't think you're going to go for, is a stuffed owlbear the size of a dwarf.
Mm.
That's clearly meant for the kids,
yeah,
or people who like owlbears.
Yeah.
The second item is a voucher, voucher for the Dockside Tavern for up to 5 gold worth of worth of food, drink, and such. A brass crossbow.
Just brass. It's just shiny.
Yeah, it's brass components. It's a nice.
It's a really nice crossbow.
It's a crossbow, and an option you have available, thanks to you getting both of the Wiley targets. Excuse me. I know your rifle really is more for magic projection.
Yeah, it shoots eldritch blasts and shit. Closer to a wand than it just happens to look like a rifle.
Okay. It is a and it is a enchanted enchanted crystal, which it's meant to be used for crossbows, but it could be used for yours. What it does is it adds one force damage.
Okay.
Which I believe would be the equivalent to like an uncommon magic
If it's
item.
just a flat 1 pip, it could be a common item.
Oh, true, because I know those are 50 to like 100.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
Okay. I'm guessing Itty Bit's gonna want the giant owlbear. I don't know if she scored high enough to get that.
As the second place winner, she did score high enough to get it.
Okay, so I will take the crystal with the intention of making sure she gets the owlbear.
Okay.
That's nice.
Went up to the owlbear, like hugs it because it's dwarf size. I believe it's about her size.
Yeah, I believe that makes it might actually be a little bit bigger than her.
Yeah.
She has that Snorlax chair.
Yeah. It's like, mm.
How big is your box spell, Brian?
One moment. See. Three by three by three.
Okay, so if we smush it, it would in theory fit in there. We could send it back to the boat for her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which would be easy to do. Just have it like sit. That lowers its height by its leg.
Like sit, fold it over a little bit.
Yeah.
Like give her a few minutes to play with it. It's like, okay, now we're gonna send it back to the boat now, so it doesn't get messed up while we're out here. Okay.
Okay. Something else that might be interesting here, is in terms of a form of contest. I don't know if you're gonna be interested though. Is flitting.
What else? Flitting.
It's a battle of insults. A battle of insults, specifically with a tune. So you have to be using like iambic pentameter or some such.
That does sound interesting. I am not skilled enough for that.
But it has to be insulting. No love poems here.
So we dicked around a little bit, had some fun, and go look for that guy now, and maybe do drinking later. And if our social types are here for next time, maybe they can get involved in the insult and or pickpocketing contests. If they want.
Messing around and get your investigations.
What is sleight of hand, correct?
You rolled the investigation prior.
I did. It was a 32.
Yep, that definitely beats the difficulty. Okay. Talking around, you find that it is the dwarf Mergen Ayer. As you rolled so high, you are able to get secondhand accounts from the people who initially found them.
Oh, that's helpful.
The secondhand accounts say that that he was found confused, assuming where he was, which falls in line with the memory issue. However, that he was also covered in blood, which did not seem to be his own.
Oh.
And he had what's described secondhand as some junk on him, as in like an item that they're perceiving as junk.
Okay, that's yeah.
Yeah, really, really, really useful actually. Morgan is currently residing near one of the defunct mine entrances. Apparently his house was sold at some point before his disappearance and reemergence.
Mhm.
So he now has kind of like a much cheaper flat.
All right. So heading to shitty part of town,
Yep.
which I guess we will resolve next time, given the time.
Sure.
I mean,
Sure.
I'm good to
yeah.
keep going, but I know I don't know about you and Brian.
Oh yeah. Well, I do have work in the morning, so
Okay, so yeah, this is probably a good place to call it before we get involved in another
Okay.
Q&A session.
Yep. Get some more in-depth information there.
Yeah, especially that gadget he came back with. That might actually be very telling in what the hell's going on.
Okay. I did mess up any.
Theoretically productive session.
well, we got stuff done, so production.
It took us longer than we probably needed to get stuff done, but we did get stuff done. Yeah. I don't know how, but I feel like that meeting with Blanca probably could have been less roundabout than it turned out to be.
Yeah, she was kind of either expecting questions or people to be able to pierce through some of her to kind of note that maybe she was holding something back and ask about it. There was that was clearly more of a social or bartering encounter.
But we got there in the end.
That is true. Oh, I forgot about the naked cricket.
No, what's the naked cricket?
That was the thing that that was kind of like the snake in the booze that has some health benefits.
Mm.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, what was that, Brian?
I was just saying, I was like, I feel like we got a pretty decent idea as to, like you said, it was like did take a bit longer than it probably should have, but we got there.
Yeah.
Judging what you guys about to do, I do believe that the ball will definitely be rolling a bit quicker based on what you'll find with this person.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, it sounds like you might need to get some sleep for the works.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoy your. I believe you said it was next week when your mandated breaks, when your mandated monthly break starts. So enjoy that when that rolls around.
Yeah, basically just be me catching up on shit. So I'm probably gonna spend most of it moving stuff. So.
I wasn't sure if you had books that you were like, I can use this week to read books.
I'm probably gonna spend 2 or 3 days actually just sitting around doing fuck all. But for the most part, I've gotta work on. I'm probably gonna be working on my grandmother's house. Throwing stuff away.
Ooh, gotcha.
So between that and I'm probably going to do something that I've been wanting to do, which is go to Barnes and Noble and just sit there and read a book.
Been to Barnes and Noble in forever.
Yeah, no, I haven't been to like a bookstore and just sat down and just like picked up like a book or a graphic novel and just sat in one of the chairs and just did nothing.
I think last time I did something like that, I was a teen.
I think it's been, I was in my early 20s last time I did something like that.
Man, and the world's so different now with everything all digital.
I still, on principle, I generally try not to do anything digital. At least, I must say, at least when it comes to books. I mean, yeah, like PDF files and stuff for like documents, sure. But when it comes to like an actual whole book, nah, I will. I've never been one of those like, oh, hey, you know, here's the it was like, oh yeah, you know, here's what was it, Amazon Fire, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
I've never been a big fan of those. I mean, I understand why people like them, and also don't really like audiobooks. I still prefer the whole, you know, flipping paper.
Free.
All right. Well, in which case, I'm assuming you have work tomorrow as well. Then get some rest. And I will see you guys Friday for. We'll see you guys Friday for for Isekai.
Sounds good. Good.
Everyone be safe. I'll talk to you all soon.